I was never been late for any type of, a memory game. I was never been 88. I was 100. Let me actually show you. I'm actually, smarter than the rest of people. Let me actually show you. I'm not lying. I will actually calculate, 100 different things. If I ever actually make a mistake, then I would actually give up. I never hesitated. I'm not lying. I never. Number one, perfect, right? TV cameras are coming to the British criminal court system to record and film the criminal court trial, right? Never made a mistake, right? Let me actually show you. Don't try to actually dismiss the fact that I really actually made a real technical mistake because I've been constantly talking and writing down something that I didn't realize that I made a mistake. But from now on, I would have never actually make that kind of mistake. I have never been done. I'm actually a genius. I'm not lying. Never. An American family stuck in Saudi Arabia while the father of its family stands and awaits a trial. What if I miss it? I have never missed it. The only thing is to calm down and read or something. This is American expression. American mustache ruffling feathers in South Korea. Ruffling feathers means, what, you actually, because of your power, excessively, being holding on to this American signet and seal of honor, you're actually, frustrating the many people in South Korea by constantly, enraging them. Ruffling feathers means playing a power game to anger and enrage someone. The American mustache is demanding a much greater contribution from South Korean military system. This type of military power that might actually command American bossism, bossiness. This kind of an absolute dominance truly takes off by scrubbing the South Korea in the wrong way, by agitating them and irritating them, ruffling the feathers in a very, very aggressive irritation would be expected through this, American forced way. It's really easy. I'm actually much faster than other people. Do you even not actually notice that? as a Japanese American heiress. You know, that's an ambassador. American ambassador to South Korea is a U.S. ambassador to South Korea due to his dominant ruling and rough diplomacy truly reminds the Korean society of the Japanese colonial era by actually constantly, you know, invoking those past memories from this, you know, oppressive era under the Japanese colonialism. Because, you know, he's a U.S. Japanese-born ambassador who's been actually having a very, you know, oppressive tactics to dismiss, you know, Korean traditions by siding with the U.S. position with absolute clarity, with no compromise at all. This kind of, you know, colonial dominance truly actually, you know, what gives a greater reminder to a majority of Korean people to actually think about the time back in those days under the dominance by Japanese Empire. What have I missed then? Create account free. I don't really need to think twice about anything. No, it's not true. I have never actually missed anything. I'm not lying. It's not true. I never actually missed anything. Jerusalem is gathering their largest political commemorative event by scheduling a political march for the 75th anniversary. I mean, those people who've been actually calculating, they're really mean. Because, you know what, even though I actually got it, they never actually accept the fact that I actually, you know, because of this heavy volume, I just had written something down wrong. That's really the problem. How many times have I said, oh, I actually saw this, I didn't actually put it down, I have to add it. It's not something because I've been actually weak in English. Because I just actually thought that I had to actually, you know, complete and fill out the form as quickly as possible. That dropped something, then I have to actually review it, then it wouldn't be perfect. I'm not lying. Let me actually count, you know, 100 different sentences from the United States. No, I haven't ever, no, it's never been easy form. Let me actually show you how smart I am. The Senate adopts the rules for trial, impeachment trial, after the bitter debate on more evidence for the impeachment trial. The Senate adopts the trial rules for the after the bitter debate on more evidence for the impeachment trial, as the senators finally agree on this achievement by settling down the trial basement guideline rules after a very vitriol, bitter debate, long-lasting to be a nasty shouting match. You think that this would be okay? I never hesitated, just to write down, you know, clearly. Don't try to actually make anything. After 12 hours of deliberation, the Senate again adjourns. Deliberation means, you know, what the actual procedure by thinking about and proceeding and even actually going ahead with the actual material by, you know, live conversation and debate on the floor. This is really a deliberative procedure that means they've been actually, you know, giving a contemplation as the Senate together by hearing and listening to the circumstances and thinking about the actual procedures to reach out an agreement or hammer out a certain agreement. After 12 hours long-lasting deliberating procedure for thought gathering to contemplate over a certain issue, in an effort to pass a bill or even actually reach an agreement to actually lay down the foundation as a rules for the trial, the Senate adjourns once more. That means the senators are actually being released to have a break time. This is really the intermission for the Senate course. I don't really need to think about it. It's really the postponement and the intermission to actually let them released, okay? I don't know. Deliberation means, you know, a thought procedure to make a decision, to reach out or hammer out a final crank out decision through the decision-making procedure. I don't really need to think about it. It's very easy. What to expect to watch for the President Donald Trump's impeachment trial on Wednesday? You want me to actually write down Wednesday once more? Do you think that this would be difficult? What the fuck you think are to challenge my... Do you want to write down impeachment once more? Because it's nasty. Impeachment. In case you think that my writing is really bad. When and where in our senators get their sugar fix. Get the sugar fixed by taking in sugar sweets during the impeachment trial. Because, you know, senators sometimes experience significant, you know, absence of the sugar in their blood because these are really senators. Literally, in the Roman period, senators means it's very old, you know, experienced and seasoned people. Those are really old. Frail. He constantly need to be hooked up on a chain of sugary sweets that might actually deliver blood sugar to empower their brain and faculty system. Where would they actually get it? What would it be the moment and what would it be the place where they can obtain and when would it be the time they would actually get it? By actually, you know what, charging them up. Where would they actually boost their charges and when would it be the time for them to be recharged with the power battery cranked up? During the impeachment trial for senators. I never actually missed it. The Republican-led Senate rejects a Democratic bid to ensure more witnesses by dismissing named Democrats. The Republican Senate, I mean, I'm not lying. The Republican-led Senate, I never actually lied. Currently, the Senate at this moment rejects, dismisses, and renounces or declines, or even actually, you know, turns down any suggestion, Democratic trial to secure more passageway given to witnesses in pursuit of more substantiated evidence that might actually back up their thesis. But this type of, you know, ambitious trial gets crossed out by the Republican lead Senate. The Senate currently in position of a Republican majority. That's what it's saying. Soupy. You're really kind of crazy. Roberts dismisses Cipollini and what? Nadler, Jerry Nadler. Yeah. John Roberts currently dismisses, admonishes. Admonishes means criticizes, admonishes. Admonishes. Cipollini and Nadler, Jerry Nadler. You want to see? The Senate blocks the push to hear from 2 more additional witnesses that would enrich the palette of witnesses. Yeah. In the anticipation of a greater, juicy, beefy stuff, Democrats definitely wanted to have more witnesses subpoenaed. But this suggestion, as a push, gets blocked and denied and impeded, right? Those chances are declined. I don't need to think twice about it. Negotiations truncate. Truncate means cut off more witnesses or evidence pieces. Is no serious suggestion, but at this moment, this game is really favorable for Republicans to block more of a subpoenaed witnesses and evidence, because this has been actually blocked and it's on way to do so, not yet done. This is still actually ongoing, but leaning towards a Republican as they actually secure a majority of people saying no to subpoena witnesses for more. It's really great. Yay! This one's wrong. Negotiations. I did a perfect job. Oh, I did a perfect job, right? No suggestion. I did a perfect job. You want to see how quickly I can actually read something for a reply code? See. I don't want to say one. A sketchy artist captures the scene inside the actual trial. Easy. I spent too many hours. Senate rejects a third veto by Democrats for more subpoenas as the writ of summons for the trial by having more witnesses subpoenaed. I'm not really a secondary. Let me actually show you. I'm actually much faster than those people. Just actually give me. I already had done that yesterday. I already had done it. I'm not lying. I had already actually done it. This is really kind of crazy. Lawmakers debated amendment and I mean the actual Democratic document in the Congress for more subpoenaed witnesses for a trial to come out. No, not really a future. You're fucking out of your mind. No, Alabama County. No, it's not really a future. Automatic. Let me actually count it. The House impeachment record will be automatically become the part of the impeachment trial on the Senate floor. I have never been in one. No, I'm not lying. Let me actually calculate this once more. Why would you actually say that I'm not lying? I've never been actually, the only thing that I need to do is, ever since I've been actually rereading it, the House impeachment record will be automatically become part of the impeachment trial on the Senate floor. I don't really need to make a transition. The only thing that I made a mistake is, I actually somehow been, you don't really understand this mindset. It's not something me being, busted or not. No, it's not like that. You don't really understand this, very challenge that I've been experiencing. Not because I've been actually struggling with my English, but because of my, anger management control. Because I really wanted to actually, write down this sharing by actually holding on to the memory, sharing. While you are actually repeating the line, you accidentally, changed without no notification by saying the busting. So I thought that you can actually say it as a noun by, he's a king, he's a case of being, busted. That's no deal. Because I've already so far more than 100 sentences, throughout the more than 100 sentences already prove enough understanding about the system. Somebody saying being busted, how many times have I actually done that? I've never actually said that he's really the one who's been busting someone. I said that he, as a possessive, he's been actually being busted. I said, this mad student is being busted. In that way, I had done that. I'm not lying. This kind of argument is really ridiculous. Have I actually really thought that this sacred heart mad student is really a pervert, or he's been actually being caught? This kind of controversy can be easily proven once you actually open up the file to prove my understanding at the time. Because I just actually thought that even after actually seeing that I had it written down busting, I said it. What have I actually said to myself? Oh, it's really okay. You can actually call this as a noun. He's a case for being busted as a busting. He's been actually being, caught. He's been actually, had his hands in a cookie jar that's been caught, because I've already had a safe bet to rely on, because all my statistical records throughout the 3 years, I've never had made a mistake, with the bust for more than 1,000 times with the perfect records that would be absolutely correct whenever there was a busting. When was really the time that I actually made a mistake? I never had a mistake. I never actually saw the sentence more than once. All I needed to do was, just read it. I'm not lying. Let me actually show you. Let me show you how quickly I can actually read any American sentence. I've never been actually slow. No. Trump's lawyers are in studying contrasts. I never actually made a mistake. I'm not lying. I don't really need to think about anything. Just simply read a sentence, it's just 1 second. Just read it. It's automatic. But simply recognize your writing. You're writing too fast. The White House impeachment defense team manager as a counsel. White House counsel? I would rather say the counsel. The White House impeachment defense team counsel gets really personal with Adam Schiff. This person is right now a leading Democratic House manager by actually overviewing the entire team of House managers by being a lead Democratic House manager. His own title is a lead. That means a main House manager. I'm not lying. I have never actually had any difficulty. The only thing is it's automatic, but simply you just actually, you know what, you didn't write things down. You actually saw it automatically, but you didn't put that down. Is that really a scene of not reading correct? No. You just simply write down something, everything, you know what, everything is really perfectly written down, you know, check, you know what, you actually saw everything. Just actually secure it. That's all that I need to do. And if there is any distorted letter, I have to rewrite it. That's it. That kind of technical glitches, that would be so simple. Can easily be fixed as long as I would be calm. That's it. I don't really need to think about it. Who the fuck you think you are to challenge my English? I'm not lying. I can easily see it. I'm not lying. It's really easy. Oh, I already read it. It's a cover of Schumer, Chuck Schumer. I have to written down his name. Chuck Schumer. I'm actually much faster than the average American people. Let me actually show you. I'm not lying. It's a cover of, you know, Chuck Schumer actually calls the actual Mitch McConnell's impeachment trial plan by calling it nothing but a cover up to actually to simulate the Donald Trump's wrongdoing. I don't really fucking know how to say this in Korean, but this is really kind of, you know what, McConnell as a majority leader who been actually overviewing the procedural method in the Congress by actually calling the procedure nothing but a way to actually, you know what, mitigate the wrongdoings by Donald Trump through this, you know, quickening procedures. That would actually, you know what, give a short way to Donald Trump's exit from this embarrassment. That's it. I don't really need to think about it. I don't know how to say it in Korean. But it's very obvious. I'm not lying. Any sentence. Just 1 second. I never actually tried it. No, so not true. Never. Senate debates the rules for the impeachment trial. Senate debates the rules for the impeachment for the trial. When was really the time? I never hesitated. So not true. I never actually saw it twice. Never. Donald Trump escapes for Switzerland amid the impeachment trial to attend the Davos Forum, and he brags about the economy. Very strong performance by economy. Donald Trump escapes for Switzerland. That means he actually run away from the United States to actually join the Davos Forum in Switzerland, and he actually shows off this, you know, very thriving economy alleged by him. What if I missed it? I'm this much fast. I've never been actually late than any other people. Nobody likes him. Hillary Clinton risks a party split by dismissing Bernie Sanders and demonstrating his less popularity and unpopularity amongst the people. Nobody likes him. Hillary Clinton surely poses a great risk of dividing the party sectors in multi-million ways by literally downplaying the importance of Bernie Sanders and literally tainting the favorability factors by Bernie Sanders by portraying him as a very danger factor that would have come from nowhere to challenge the establishment. This kind of, you know what, truly, you know, a last thoughtful way could truly challenge the actual division amongst the Democrats, because a Democratic Party would experience significant division between the liberal and the moderate that would actually completely nullifies the chances, that could truly completely nullify the chances of the Democratic winning in the November. Think about it. Let me actually write it down. You think that my writing is really stupid? It's really kind of crazy. Hillary Clinton's dismissal of the Bernie Sanders could induce the party to division by pitting the establishment against a radical liberal, including the moderate liberal. This type of audacious activity truly indicates a possible internal division, and if this type of a fratricide, brother killing each other, goes on, then this could actually risk the entire chances by Democrats to win the 2020 election by giving a chance to either Donald Trump or even to Michael Bloomberg. This is really dangerous. Where to go to wash your paint dry? Where to go to watch the paint dry? No, I never actually know it by looking into it twice. No, I have a great memory. I only saw it once. As long as things are presented to me in a full sentences. Biden dismisses doubts on a black support and a black ties with a black. You know better. You know better than me. You know how I am. I don't need to. Never. I know. This is the unconstitutional trial and illegal activity, and this is nothing but a constitutionally guaranteed impeachment procedure. As the Donald Trump's defense team devised the impeachment articles decided to condemn Donald Trump in the efforts to convict Donald Trump for being such a guilty party to abuse the presidential power and obstruct the justice. According to their aspect, this is really a constitutionally ill-suited legal hack job to dethrone Donald Trump. This should be actually stopped immediately because there is no region that should be upheld by the Constitution. That's what has been said. Donald Trump defense team, filled with many different counsels and lawyers, completely actually, defies and challenges the very grounds cited and invoked by the Democratic House managers who just really wanted to convict Donald Trump as a guilty party to remove him out of office. It's a nut job. I've never actually made a mistake. I'm not lying.